What's good? 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 What's happening? How everybody doing, man? I'm back. I know y'all miss me, man. I know y'all probably miss me. All I want to say first and foremost is thank you to my subscribers and my viewers, bro. You guys are the best, bro. I'm grateful for having your people, man. You're the type of people which I'm in the first in my life, bro. Like, I'm grateful to have y'all, and I'm grateful for y'all liking my shit, subscribing to my shit, and following my shit. So on today's video, man, it gonna be a different type of it gonna be the same type of things which I share, trade breakdowns, potential market direction, stuff like that, wada yada yada wada. So on this one, it will be a bit different. We're gonna be looking at US tech stocks. I repeat, US tech stocks. US tech stocks being what, like the Nasdaq movers, like we all know, if we have to break down Nasdaq, what moves the Nasdaq, what controls it, how it moves, why it moves. So in this instance, understand me, or in this way, it it will help other people to try and understand that obviously tech stocks are failing, or they selling, or they bearish. That's why the NAS is bearish. They bullish. That's why the NAS is bullish. It's a correlation, something you can take with and just apply to your own strategy and just see what you can afford to do with it. So, disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I would always say everything I say or do, it's based off on my own opinion. Netflix might not move the way I anticipate. Tesla might not move the way I anticipate. Facebook might break a certain zone before we even think. It doesn't have to break. It won't even break it. It's just financial advice. It's not financial advice. It's my own opinion, man. The market might move the way, it might not move the way. You just need to apply on what you have and just tweak it a little bit and just move on. So I have three things which I need to say first. We are strictly focusing on price action, pure price action, support resistance, bear flag, bull flag, inverse head and shoulders, fail to break out, everything price action. Second thing is we don't look at fundamentals because I don't trade fundamentals. I do look at fundamentals, but I don't trade fundamentals. The third thing is I don't have the third thing. Without further ado, let's just hop in the charts and let's see what has been going on. So we're going to start off with Tesla because that's number one in my investment portfolio. I have an investment portfolio, people. You need to also have one. So I will start off where I introduced myself to Tesla. Being 2020, we can tell that like from a 2020 market crash, a COVID-19 crash, where a lot of traders today were introduced to Forex, but we move. So price has been moving in an uptrend. Understand? We can't dispute that. We can't lie about that. Price has been cleanly moving in an uptrend. Understand? So now looking at zones which price has been trading on, we can tell price once created this higher low, understand, and then gave us this all-time highs, came back to that very same zone, printing out or creating some sort of support, then pushing to the upside, coming back again to that very same support and giving us what all-time highs once it tapped the fourth time. The third time, once it tapped the third time, we had all-time highs. So from an all-time high now being on our support, on our resistance zone, because I see that as support, as resistance. Now, price started doing what? Started being in a bad trend with a push and an exhaustion of a potential double top on our resistance. Like I say, price action. I'm focusing mainly on price action. We had a potential double top, and then price did what? Pushed to the downside. So now, like, obviously, now once price gave us this, once price did what? Pushed and exhausted, pushed again and exhausted and exhausted and started moving sideways until it broke out and retest and pushed to the upside, reacting way to this previous high. Price did what? Came back again, giving us this current price double top or this double top, pushing again, coming back again to that very same zone, giving us some sort of a what? A resistance, man. We have a major one and we have a what? We have a major resistance and we have what? This intraday resistance. So once price tapped again on that very same zone, man, what happened from the price just continued moving to the downside. So now, because on our current price, we're trading below, because now we're trading below on current price. So obviously, with price trading below our major support, you understand me? All I can say is obviously once we break support, once we trade below support and we retest above and we retest below, bro, we're having a new resistance for anticipation of a continuation to the downside. So all I can say is now I'm just looking for price to pull back before we can continue moving to the downside with a clean one, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high for new lower low. But if price pulls back and retests this above, I'll start looking for those continuation upward moves to the upside. So all I can say is with Tesla, I don't need to even look at smaller time frames like the 4 hour and the hourly time frame. We can like strictly look at the higher time frame confluence just to anticipate what we see. We can tell the price did trade on support and coming back, giving us all-time highs on resistance, giving us a double top of a potential reversal for a reversal to the downside and breaking our support, trading below our support. All we can say, or all I can say is we can simply look forward for a retest of that zone or for price to pull back, giving us a lower high in anticipation of a new lower low. Because at anytime soon, I don't see Tesla having that upward move to the upside anytime soon. I don't see it personally on my side. So all I can say is with Tesla, this is not the right time to invest your capital on Tesla, bro. Like we're still in a bad trend. Why would you want to sell? Why would you want to put your money to work when the stocks are failing to continue or to move to the upside? So looking at Apple, this is the second, this is number 2 on my portfolio. Apple is number 2 on my portfolio. We also know that like Apple is an all-time high, is an all-time buy pay. Or Apple will forever continue moving to the upside, right? So looking at now, price now tapped right there, some sort of support. Price did what? Continued moving to the upside. So from this resistance, price broke out of resistance, trading below our resistance, giving us a new what? A new support, continuing to the upside, giving us all-time highs. Understand? Giving us that all-time high / resistance. And after that now price started doing what? Moving in higher high, in lower lows, and in lower highs until we had this pullback. Until we had that pullback, sorry. Until we had now price doing what? Pulling back, obviously, like just pushing to the upside and now continuing moving to the downside. So all I can say is now on Apple did try and just make those all-time highs while other tech stocks are failing and we still moving to the downside. Apple did, bro, like try and just to move or to try and break those all-time highs. But unfortunately, it couldn't hold that very same zone because now overall we are bearish. What would we be looking for if now we are bearish and some people are anticipating what those bullish moves to the upside? So now all I can say is now if we have to look at current price, there's nothing for me to say because now price is just moving in some type of BS, bro. So all I can really or honestly say is let's just wait and see what will happen if price will fortunately get to that zone because once price gave us this all-time low, a lot of investors bought the dip, bro. Like they bought the dip and price pushed to the upside. And unfortunately, it did what? It started continuing to the downside. All I can say is if price will pull back to that very same zone, let's see what will happen if price will either break this low, giving us those all-time lows, or will price hold this zone with a potential double top, double bottom, and look for those potential reversals to the upside. Even on April, I'll say it's also not the right time for me or for anyone to put their money to work, unless if you see something that I don't see, because price is still in a bad trend and price is moving sideways. So what would you be looking for and what would you be looking to trade? Or why would you want to put your money to work if the stocks are not holding the markets in a good way? So looking at the third, it's going to be Netflix. So focusing on Netflix. So looking at Netflix now, we can tell that, okay, Netflix is also what? An all-time high. Netflix is also an all-time high. We can't dispute that. We can't lie about that. Until price gave us this all-time what? This all-time high and couldn't hold that very same zone. and price started pushing to the downside. So you can tell, I have a fly right here, man. What the fuck? You can tell that like price did what? Gave us some sort of double top, you understand me? And started moving in lower lows and in lower highs. Understand? It's just price action and it's just being technical, bro. What else would like I don't even think there's anything that can defeat being technical with the markets. If you're strictly sticking to your technical analysis, bro, nothing gonna fail you, man. Nothing will bring you down, and nothing will even try and see you lose, bro. Like technical analysis is the way, and it's the success to a forex trader. Fact. So obviously now with the double top on our resistance, now price couldn't hold that zone, started moving to the downside. Understand me? So now looking at what happened while price was dropping, price had what a gap price had a gap of about 29.63% drop to the downside, bro. You understand me? So, and it couldn't fill this gap. You understand me? So from this whole gap, price couldn't fill this gap. You understand me? So all I can say is, bro, let's just simply wait and see what's gonna happen. You understand? Because now stocks gave us a sign that they weak and they losing, bro. So and we had another gap right there, which price tried pulling back to fill the gap, but unfortunately couldn't fill the gap, which I would say it was a 60%, 50% retracement or an 80% retracement, if that's what you say it is, you feel me? So now, once price broke our major support, giving us a double top on our major support zone, pushing to the downside, and unfortunately breaking out again, retesting above our support, pushing to the upside. All I can say is if Netflix will continue to the downside and fail to continue moving to the downside and breaking our major support, that will actually mean we just need to go what? To go long or to go bullish on our support with Tesla, with Netflix, because now it once broke out of support and broke back in of support, broke out again of support. You understand me? Now it broke out of support and it had a double top below our support. You understand me? And broke out again of support and had a retest above our support. So all I can say is, or all I can say I'm looking for is for something like this. Or if price will simply do this for that continuation to the downside. So from my daily time frame, I even see a bear flag. If we need to be more technical, you understand me? From my daily time frame. So I would say I still see a potential reversal, or I still see that bear move to the downside. But at the same time, we need clues, or we need confirmations to why are we looking for it, and reasons to why would we want to do this. So if price breaks out, bro, the only zone which I'll be looking to take, the only zone which I'm looking for price to break from is from this previous zone, this previous resistance which we had price breaking out of it. You understand me? So Netflix, that's also not the right time for me, bro. It's also not the right time for me. It's also a no-go zone for me, bro, to take those or to put your money to work. So the next one gonna be what? Facebook. Nah, what the fuck is Facebook? All I know is Meta platforms, bro. We talking Meta platforms. Meta platforms. And I think meta platforms are the ones that had the hardest drop, or the most painful drop to the downside, bro. So we're gonna see why and what happens from it. So obviously now Facebook, it's also what, an all-time high. We can't dispute that, right? We can't lie about that. It's just facts. Understand me? So once price did this, price broke out of our major support. You understand me? Price broke out of our major support and is trading below our major support. So what I can say is from the dip, from now, price turning or looking for those potential reversals to the downside. You understand me? This needs you to go to smaller time frames, because if I had to go to smaller time frames, bro, I'd make you lose your mind, because I know what was happening. I understand what was happening. But all I can say is, bro, price had a push to the upside and started moving sideways on our resistance. Is more like some sort of bullish depletion slash bear momentum. Bullish depletion slash bear momentum. Understand me? And then until price broke out to the downside, understand me? So obviously, once price broke out to the downside, we had now price opening up a gap with about a 24.75% move to the downside, which was just a painful drop, or which was just a confirmation drop that we are in a bear move, or we are going to look for those bear trades to the downside. Understand me? So now, when price got here, bro, once price broke out of the key level, retested below, broke out again, retested below, continued to the downside, having this sideways movement. I hate sideways movements, but I love how I was taking trades of the sideways movement. I was simply buying here and I was simply selling here. I was simply buying here. I was simply selling there, buying there, selling there, buying there till it broke out, broke again, sold there, until price did what broke out to the downside. You understand? So all I can say is now on my side or with Facebook, it's if now price, because now price gave us this November low, this new all-time low, this current price. This is history, bro. What we're talking about is history. 5 years, 7 years from now, people will be viewing those videos and saying, oh my God, Hallam does speak about this. Now price moved, price reacted, and I'm going to be holding those trades, bro, because I'm an investor. What you say? So now all I can say is once price gave us this low, bruh, and pushing to the upside, I would simply anticipate price coming back right there, fail to break this zone. I would start looking for those upward moves. I would start looking for those long trades. You understand me? But if now this is just a lower low, lower high, breakout, retest being what? A new lower high right there with a what? Price breaking out, breaking the lower low. Once price breaks out of the lower low, giving us a new lower low, would simply wait for retest of the previous lower low being a new lower high, anticipation of a continuation to the downside. So Facebook, all I would say is we're either waiting for price to give us this double top, this double bottom for potential reversal to the upside, or for price to just break out, retest, and just look for those continuations to the downside until we find a zone or until we find a relief to just simply buy the dip. So Facebook, it's also a no-go zone for me, bro. So looking at Amazon, so Amazon, we also know that like when we're speaking facts, it's also an all-time high. Understand? Amazon, it's also an all-time high. Understand? So until price gave us what? A double top. So most tech stocks, most US stocks, they had a reversal of a price action double top, a potential reversal from an upward move to a downward move. Understand? So with this double top, now price started what? Moving in lower lows and in lower highs. And now looking at current price, because we're trading below our support, or what I'd say is now price had this 4-hour zone, and tapping on support until we broke out of support, had a retest below. Now we're looking for what? A potential continuation to the downside. So all I can say is with Amazon, because now price is also in that downward move to the downside. This high, this low, this COVID-19. This COVID-19 move, once price gave us this dip, bro. You understand me? So obviously, once price hit this dip, giving us this all-time low, an all-time low, which gave us an all-time high, I'm simply looking forward for price to simply get to that zone with a breakout, retest continuing to the downside, or price failing to break, giving us a daily double top, a daily reversal double bottom, and start looking for those potential reversals to the upside. So Amazon, let's simply wait for price to go touch or to go trade on those lows, find signs that we are failing to break the lows, and start looking for those potential reversals to the upside. Microsoft corporations, and Microsoft Corporation, it's the dopest chart, bro. This is the dope. Like, this chart is clean, bro. Like, I've never traded a clean chart like this, bro. Like, no gap. So obviously we can tell we had this potential double bottom, price giving us an all-time high, and trading in a channel, bro. Like we're trading in a channel, price giving us lower lows and lower highs. You understand me? So once, I repeat, once price tapped the second time on the daily time frame, because it tapped once, twice, and continue to the downside. All I can say is now with current price, bro, let's just simply wait or look for those continuations to the upside with a potential that touch, and look for those continuations to the downside, because there's no sign that prices it is giving us a potential reversal to the upside. Technically, it is giving me, I do see it, but it's not strong, or it's not something that I can confirm those reversals to the upside on my side. So all I can say is, because we have a bull flag right there, we have a daily time frame bull flag. Like, oh my God, bro, why is price action so pure like this, man? So with this daily time frame bull flag, we're simply looking for price to do what? Continue to the upside. Fail to break the zone, we can start looking for those downward moves. But with a breakout, retest, tap off that zone with a third touch on our trend line. Let's just look for those continuations to the downside. Microsoft, bro, it's also not the right time for me to buy the dip, because we are still in a what, in this downward move to the downside. But all I can say is, let's just simply wait for what, for price to break the overall trend and retest the trend to look for those potential reversals to the upside. Understand me? So last but not least, I have Google. Alphabet A. We have an alphabet. You also can tell that Alphabet Inc. is also an all-time high. No cap, no lie about it. But all I can say is, bro, when I was analyzing Alphabet Inc., I see something like this, bro. You understand me? I potentially analyze something like this, you understand me? Price doing what? Pushing, exhausting with a potential push. But we're going to break it down and see why do we say that. Obviously, price has been holding this zone as support. Price has been moving sideways right there. Let me show you our price action, the power of price action. So obviously now price has been moving sideways, right? Until we had a breakout and a retest, and price started doing what? Giving us those all-time highs, right? And price started giving us those all-time highs. Understand me? So with an all-time high, price was holding the zone, bruh, until it failed to break out of the zone and started moving to the downside. Understand me? So obviously, with this correction, bruh, like I was saying, what was I explaining up previous Facebook? I was selling that intraday resistance, buying the intraday support, selling the intraday resistance, buying the intraday support, selling the intraday resistance, buying the intraday support, so on and so forth, until price broke out and retested and continued to the downside. So now, because price did pull back until our all-time lows, until our major support, so obviously price trading on our major support and pushing to the upside, having some sort of a bear flag, of a bull flag, bro. So obviously with this push and this exhaustion with the bull flag, I'm anticipating a continuation to the upside. But all I can say is to look for those reversals to the upside, bro. Let's just simply wait for price to retest above that intraday resistance, that intraday support, because you've already reacted on our intraday, on our major support, and look for those continuations to the upside, or for price to hold the zone, continue to the downside with a potential double bottom, and start looking for those what, reversals to the upside. So again, I repeat, this is also not the right time on my side on Google, unless we find a relief and we find signs that price is looking for those, some type of reversal to the downside, to the upside. You feel me? So all I can say is, or or my advices that I can share to traders is, if you find a signal, if if you're trading stocks and you're trading on resistance, the sell that you're going to take, or the short trade which you're going to take, you don't have to scalp it, bro. You need to hold it. You understand? The same thing with with resistance. If you hold resistance, you need to sell it until you hold it. If you want support, you need to buy it and hold it. You understand me? Because you can tell with the trades which I've been trading right there, bro. Like I've been holding them for like 15 days, 20 days, 10 days, just depending. The second thing is you need to know, you need to invest in what you know, bro. You need to study Netflix, you need to study whatever pay that you want to invest in or whatever stock which you want to invest in. Give yourself some time to just learn it and understand it. You understand me? Until you understand it, until you master it. The third thing is it's don't put your money to work if you're not confident and if you're not ready to lose or to make money in the trading markets. Understand me? Because a lot of people are just confidently ready to invest, but they're not psychologically ready for it. You understand me? And emotionally, so that tends to fuck them up. The fourth thing is, please, bro, please plan those trades. Please plan those trades, bro. Please plan those trades or those investments you want to take. Don't just put your money to work because Harlem said we're gonna have a double top on gold. Let's just start buying gold. We're gonna have a double top on Netflix. Let's just sell gold. Let's just sell Netflix. Nah, bro. You need to study it. You need to learn it, and you need to plan those trades and to plan those investments moves. Last but not least, if you ain't trading with Harlem, who the fuck is you doing it with, man? That's all I got on this video, man. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm out.